what have you learned specifically in the military about human nature leading soldiers in life or death situations? When soldiers and people are under that fear, the grasp of a life or death situation, how have you seen people behave or react, kind of their human nature when they're in those situations?
Yeah. When you're in a life and death situation, or when you're in environments where bad things can happen, teamwork becomes so imperative. And it becomes, and everybody realizes that they train as a team. Then they go to war and they go, yep, this is, now I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not necessarily the physical piece or the technical piece. It's the emotional teamwork in the emotional environment. It really, I think, carries the way.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You train as a team, and you know your people, you know your soldiers, you know that they're married, how many kids they have, you know about them. And when they have problems, that problem becomes your problem. You got to help them.
Mm-hmm.
If they need help, you help them.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you turn a soldier's life around. I tell you that I had a soldier one time came up positive for a drug test. Everybody wanted me to throw him out of the military. And I just said, I'm going to give him a second chance. And so we gave him a second chance. If it happens again, you're gone. And that person made good rank, very good rank. And to this day, he attributes that, he got a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you need a second chance, and you need coaching and mentoring that comes with it, that gets you going in the right direction. And I think also sometimes you go in the wrong direction because the people that are around you. And as leaders, you got to assess that. You got to make sure that soldiers that need help have got good people around them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a huge influence.
Yeah.
And again, that, it gets back to the power of the mom and dad. Moms and dads have got to be good mentors and coaches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Personally, my first deployment to Afghanistan was in 2015. Mm-hmm. And I had a team leader at the time, Joe Carruthers. We were the same rank, more or less, or same skill level. He was higher rank because he had a college degree. We actually went to school together, and he was my team leader. We're on a route clearance near Kandahar, Afghanistan, and we're put in our first ever life or death situation. Yeah. The engineers up in the front of the convoy had found an IED. The Buffalo couldn't dig it out. They call us EOD to get it out of the ground. And I was 22 at the time. I'd never been in a real life or death situation. And this was that time. We weren't getting shot at. There was nothing crazy. It was our job to get this bomb out of the ground. And exactly like you're saying, it was in those moments that I looked to Joe, to the other infantry guys that were around us, to our team member that was in the back getting the robot ready. We turned to each other because we were all so scared, but maybe didn't want each other to see it. So it was like, because I wanted to seem tough to Joe and tough to the other team member, I was actually scared, but we were all kind of doing that same thing to each other. So in turn, none of us were actually scared, and we were able to get the job done. So I think in those moments, it doesn't even have to be a life or death situation. That's just the most extreme example of struggle. Anytime in your life, if you're going through a struggle or a new beginning, or you're indecisive about something and you don't know what to do, there's 8 billion more minds out there in the world, You got to lean on each other to kind of get through those moments. So I just think veterans in general, military in general, has a very concentrated experience of that, having to lean on each other. But I think everyone can kind of learn from these stories.
Right.